Ethiopia is once again under the spotlight as a powerful geological warning shakes the region, a sign that Africa is literally tearing itself apart. Welcome back to the channel, where we break down global events shaping our world. Today, we're talking about a dramatic volcanic event in Ethiopia that isn't just an isolated eruption. It is part of a much bigger story about the future of an entire continent. If you've heard headlines claiming that Africa is splitting up, this video will give you the full picture behind the science, the warnings, and what this means for millions of people. Recently, volcanic activity in the Afar region of Ethiopia has intensified, drawing attention from geologists worldwide. This area has experienced frequent earthquakes, ground cracking, rapid land sinking, and sudden rifting events. Scientists believe these aren't random occurrences. They are symptoms of a massive tectonic shift deep beneath the Earth's crust. The volcanoes in Ethiopia, especially around the Erda and Dabahu areas, sit at a unique geological crossroads, the meeting point of three giant tectonic plates. As these plates move apart, magma rises to the surface, creating volcanic eruptions and new cracks in the land. What makes Ethiopia so important is that this is one of the only places where you can actually see continents breaking apart in real time. The idea that Africa is splitting might sound dramatic or exaggerated, but it is scientifically accurate. The East African Rift System stretches thousands of kilometers through Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, and Mozambique. For millions of years, it has slowly been separating the African continent into two major landmasses, the Somali Plate and the Nubian Plate. Usually this process is incredibly slow, measured in millimeters per year. But sometimes, major volcanic events accelerate it. In 2005, a single rifting episode in Ethiopia created a massive 56-kilometer crack in the earth in just a few days. Now, with the recent volcanic warning signs, scientists are once again sounding the alarm that deep tectonic forces are building up. But what's causing the current concern? Over the past weeks and months, there have been unusual spikes in underground magma movement, shallow earthquakes, and increased volcanic gas emissions. These are all indicators that the Earth's crust is weakening. In some places, the land is literally stretching like dough, pulling apart and forming new valleys. This is what experts call continental rifting, and Ethiopia is at the center of it. While the continent won't split overnight, the rate of geological activity suggests that major transformations could happen within human timescales, perhaps in decades or centuries, not millions of years. What does this mean for people living in the region? The Afar region is one of the most geologically active and potentially dangerous places on Earth. Communities near active volcanoes face risks of lava flows, toxic gases, and earthquakes. As the rift widens, new fissures can open suddenly, damaging homes, roads, and farmland. Scientists warn that infrastructure development in Ethiopia, Kenya, and surrounding areas must consider these geological realities. In the long term, a new ocean is expected to form in this region. Parts of Ethiopia and East Africa could eventually break away to become their own landmass. But this is a process that will unfold over tens of thousands of years. Interestingly, the current volcanic activity is not just a warning. It is also a rare window into Earth's creation process. The same forces tearing Ethiopia apart today are the forces that once split supercontinents like Pangaea and created oceans like the Atlantic. Watching Ethiopia today is like watching the birth of a future ocean. Geologists say that in the far future, the Horn of Africa may drift away from the rest of the continent, leaving behind a long sea that gradually expands over millennia. For scientists, Ethiopia is a natural laboratory that reveals how continents evolve. So is Africa really splitting up? Yes, but slowly. And is the Ethiopia volcano a warning? Absolutely. It reminds us that Earth is alive, constantly reshaping itself. While the recent activity does not mean an immediate disaster, it reinforces the need for monitoring, early warning systems, and strong disaster preparedness in East Africa. It also highlights how interconnected our planet is. A volcanic eruption in Ethiopia is part of a continental transformation that has been happening for millions of years and will continue long into the future. Thank you for watching. If you found this explanation clear and eye-opening, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next deep dive into world events. Stay informed, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.